Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Welcome. This is your girl, Dr. Najuma, and welcome to our Wake Up and Win Live. Y'all know the drill. Come on, say with me. Come on, come on. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Listen, good morning, and thank you for being tuned in with our Wake Up and Win Live. I am your girl, Dr. Najuma, and so very grateful to have you on with us. Listen, if you are joining us for the very first time or watching the replay for the very first time, let me reintroduce myself. So I am Dr. Najuma. I'm a minister, a pastor, but I'm also uh, a purpose pusher coach. I am what we call a personal mastery coach. And so I use this platform to offer not just a word of encouragement, but what we call our daily win word. What I know for sure through my own experience and what I've learned and through my training is that you and we can go through a tragic loss, challenge, difficulty in life, restore, recover, renew, rebuild, and get out there and go win. It can be done. It's been done in my life. It's been done in life of so many others. So if that's you today and you are rebuilding, restoring, renewing from a tragedy, from a loss, from an issue, you can do all of that and get back out there and win again. And so our daily win word helps you to get up, get out there, and go win. 2018, my oldest son, his life was taken, and it has been quite a journey. Actually, today is National Grief Awareness Month, so I'll be doing another conversation with some other mothers who've lost children later on today. So if you follow me here on YouTube, stay tuned for our feature that will go up later on this evening, talking about how mothers are working through grief, having lost their children to violence. Um, and so, but in addition, so all that being said, our daily win word is to help us to get up, get out there, and go win again. Also, setting the stage for what will be one day the Wake Up and Win morning show. So, stay tuned, like, share, subscribe to our live podcast. So you can be in on the ground floor of this thing because it's going to pop off. I don't know the day, I don't know the hour, but I have great faith. I know God, what God told me. I know God, what God is saying, and I know what God can do. Amen. So let's get into our win word for today. Today's win word is from trial to triumph. I'm going to give you 4 steps that have been tested, tried, and true that can help you go from trial to triumph. Whatever your trial may be, these 4 steps, 4 pieces are so critical to going from trial to triumph. And it almost doesn't matter what the trial is as you apply these 4 steps. And again, I'm just speaking here in this platform about the 4 steps. But each step requires a depth of work to it. I'm just sharing the steps here with you this morning, but each step could essentially be its own lesson and requires a deeper dive. And we may do that. Next week is going to each of the 4 steps from going from trial to triumph in depth. But today I'm just sharing the 4 steps, and then each step will require its own in-depth conversation. And so we'll set up for that. So, step number 1 is to when you are going from trial to triumph, um, the first step is to acknowledge that. Like, not pretend like whatever is happening isn't happening, or whatever you're going through, you're not going through it. The first step is acknowledgement. It is truth telling. It is being seated in the truth of your situation. It is accepting, and accepting doesn't mean enjoying or liking. It is saying this is what it is. It is removing every filter from your reality and accepting things as they are. Part of what has to happen to move forward is this acceptance. And again, acceptance comes with time, it comes with process, but it's a critical step to going from trial to triumph is being clear about where you are, and being clear about what this is. No filter, no need to sugarcoat it, no need to play it off. One of the greatest things, lessons that someone gave to me right after my son's life was taken, I was on the phone with another person, another gentleman whose son's life was also taken, and I was using nice language like my son passed away because that's what people say because they want to make you feel better, and they're trying not to harm, right, with their words, which I totally understand. And he said, Najuma, stop saying your son passed away. He did not pass away. Your son's life was taken. He was murdered. And that jarred me, but it was a truth that I had to sit in and acknowledge and at some point accept, right? Um, that his life was taken. It wasn't, he didn't just pass away. And so being seated in truth, acknowledging what is, and having a healthy acceptance around that, right? And again, your challenge may not be my challenge, and my challenge is not yours. You may not have gone through loss of a loved one. It really could be some other things that are going on for you. It could be some other things. So, whatever that is for you, it is first step is to acknowledge the truth of that, right? And to sit in that truth. Don't get stuck in that truth, but to be clear, this is what this is, right? The second step to going from trial to triumph is to see the full perspective, right? To gain a fuller perspective. It is quite easy to get really stuck up in here in tunnel vision and only seeing the one thing or only seeing things through a very narrow perspective. But what helps us go from trial to triumph is when we gain a larger perspective, right? A greater perspective around what is and what isn't, what can be, what can't be, what will be, what won't be, right? And what are all the options and possibilities? The possibility of me going through what I went through and then being able to see the broader perspective, the possibility that, yeah, I can live again. Yeah, I can be great. Yeah, I can do all these amazing things, right? Still, even after going through that. So, gaining a broader, wider perspective and not being stuck in the tunnel vision. The third step to going, and we're talking about going from trial to triumph, right? And again, as I said before, each of the steps is worthy of its deeper dive into each step, and we will do that. We'll plan for that next week. But I just want to share about today the four steps. So the second step again was gaining a broader perspective, not being stuck in the tunnel vision. The third step is to really create a plan, right? So the plan could be as simple as this time next year, I really want to be in this place, or you know, giving yourself a plan. And I know that may seem and sound difficult and harsh, especially if we're talking to people who've gone through a trial, who are going through a trial, going through a tragedy, going through loss, going through grief. Um, to think that someone wants you to make a plan. And I'm not suggesting that you make a business plan or a detailed plan, but I am offering that one of the ways that helps us go from trial to triumph is to begin to establish some plans for your life. Begin to establish where you want to be. Begin to establish how you want to be. Begin to establish the quality of life. For me, it was important to think about the quality of life I wanted to have, and work on that and work towards that. Not that it's resolved, but work on that and work towards that. And then the fourth piece, and this is where hopefully I can be of assistance to you, is to get with a coach or a mentor or a confidant or someone who can really walk you through um, this next phase, right? I am a personal mastery coach. And so through what I've gone through, I lean into the steps of personal mastery. I have found those to be the most effective, most helpful. Personal mastery really spoke to me, and it resonates with the people that I work with when they're also trying to move life along. And so, but it doesn't have to be me. But of course, I'm available, and my Linktree bio is the link to my Linktree bio is in description below, and there's a tab there for coaching. If you're interested, I certainly invite you, and you're welcome. But because I do personal mastery coaching, but I want to also say, if it's not me, then find someone, find a mentor, a coach, get with someone, a confidant, but someone who has the ability to walk you through steps, someone who is available to walk you through. We're not talking about a bestie. This is not a bestie. This is someone who can really help you move from trial to triumph, and then all the steps in between. So those are the 4 steps that I want to offer today that will help you go from trial to triumph. Number one, being clear about what is, clarity about reality, right? Number two, gain a broader perspective on what life is and what life can be, right? Get the full picture. Number three, create a plan for yourself, a personal plan, a private plan. It could be a public plan, but really get a plan going, because a plan can help you move forward. And fourth, and really, really important, is getting someone to come alongside you, companion, confidant, coach, mentor, whoever that person is. They have the ability to walk you through some steps to help you go from trial to triumph. And again, I'm a personal mastery coach. You can click the link in the description below and to book some coaching. But that is a key step. And so part of what I've committed my life to now is really working with people who've gone through tragedy, loss, struggle, and doing some personal mastery coaching so that they can get up, get out there, and go win again. And that's our tagline. Y'all know that: wake up and win, wake up and wake up and win, right? Let's get up, let's get out there, and let's go win. So listen, y'all, thank you for joining me on Wake Up and Win Live. I'm your girl, Dr. Najuma. Click in the description below, my Linktree bio. Learn more about me. Let's connect. But also, before you log off, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get these subscription numbers up. I appreciate you. We out, y'all. Peace.